Hey everybody, this is Ben with the Sunken World Saga. I'm the Dungeon Master, and I wanted to let you know that there was an issue with some of the recording, because this episode and some of the later Lion's Hope ones are going to be pre-recorded. With this one, what happened, I think, is just I recorded the files in groups, and the first one that we had, it unfortunately just got eaten up. I don't think that I saved it. Shouldn't blame it on anybody but myself. That happened with one of the next things that coming. There was a period of like 10-15 minutes that I did not record, and I'll just do the same thing where I kind of summarize it. But essentially, this is the Sunken World Saga. It's a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play live stream where we have 4 groups of 4-player characters. This is the Order of the Lion's Hope. They are a pseudo-religious knightly order working within the Hallandor Empire that supposedly report directly to the office of the executive branch, the ministers and the emperor. They have been investigating a possible end of the world. There's a number of those that might be happening sometime soon, from what they know. But one of the major ones is the wizard Caladrius, a former wizard of the Empire, very highly ranked, basically went rogue to all official record, and has something that is called the World Egg, though that is not something that's public knowledge. With this, Caladrius intends to create a new, better world, more in line with his vision for reality, where all people's, physical, material needs are met. The Lion's Hope are working to protect this world, and they traveled to what they believe is his home, the town of Lypris, and made a few discoveries there. And basically, while they were there, it came under attack by a nomadic group native to the Amansian region, which is where they are, in the Hallandor Empire, that are basically trying to claim something in the town with the help of some soldiers from Dal Ryoth, the northern theocracy. The people of this town do not have souls any longer, so they are unable to pass over to any afterlife when they die, which to people who live in a world where there are confirmed afterlives is pretty scary. In trying to defend the town, they managed to let a few Remy slip by, and they found 3 dead bodies, 2 of them by the mines for which the town gets its name. At the end of our last session, Marx walked through a wall of stone that was created by Merahim, and Merahim unfortunately wanted to leave the Remy alive. Akka supported this idea. At the same time, Marcus and Althea came down pretty firmly on the side of, no, these people deserve to die. Marcus is seized by Merahim's stone hand at the beginning of this session. His Maximilian's earthen grasp hand reaches up, grabs Marcus, does hurt Marcus, and Marcus then comes under attack by the Remy cavalryman who is next to him. Marcus and Merahim and Althea are all present for this battle between the Remy man. He's eventually killed by Althea, his horse killed as well, while Akka flees, running ahead with the Remy who surrendered. There was a Remy who surrendered. There were 2 left. The different heroes make different things of their remaining time in Lypris. Merahim and Akka go and speak with Luigia, the Primar, and essentially just ask if there's anything to do. She tells them they've done enough, and then we take off after Marcus and Althea begin taking the bodies of the 2 who died by the mine back to their neighbors and friends, as well as the dead Remy. Like I said, apologies for not having recorded this part, as well. I would have padded out this episode. There is not going to be as much time between this Lion's Hope episode and the others. I think I'm going to be doing a weekly release of the solo games that they had, so that it feels like they're steadily going, and then eventually those solo episodes.
I remember because I remember running out of the mountain because I thought I heard something coming.
Yep. So okay, I'll just tell you. Basically, he was working with the Ryothi. The Ryothi had visited and basically told him that they wanted in, that their souls could be saved. When Marcus was down in the hole, he heard a female voice that seemed to recognize Alcibiades when Alcibiades was calling out for his lost love, Naya.
Right.
Yeah, and we know that the Ryothi are working with the Naya people from
Well, you don't
the
know if they're working with them.
Yeah, we do. I learned it when I overheard.
Working with them was
the
not
masked guy,
the way that it was described.
No, but he said that they were like influencing the Ryothi people.
Sure, but not working with.
And Althea's smile is kind of like, hey, I'm working with them. So I would have suggested that we go check in the cave to make sure there's no one in there.
Okay, Marcus, do you take her up on that offer?
Yeah, I think maybe you can go check out the cave, and I'll take these fellas back to their people, and yeah, I'll catch up with you in a little bit, I think. If that's all right.
Yeah. Hippo, follow. Oh, Hippo. Zoe, follow Marcus. And then thank you. You may depart. You may go back to what you were doing before. Thank you so much.
And I'll use one of the casts of Speak with Animals so that I can speak with Zoe.
Okay.
From the wand. And so, yeah, hi Zoe, it's Marcus from before. Just want to let you know this is a real important job. These blokes didn't have souls, so we're just going to take them over here to their family and friends. Big smiles. Don't want to give the wrong impressions. All right then. And I'll lead them around the building to the people that I imagine I can hear them.
Yeah, you can hear them all discussing it,
there.
and
Right,
it doesn't seem as somber as you expected.
Yeah.
And when you actually come all the way around, you can see that the young boy, who is actually in his 30s, is standing next to the person who had been dead on the ground, who is now up and breathing.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, hello. I'm sorry I couldn't save these two. They seem like they did a good job guarding the mines.
Oh no!
This is Zoe here. She's helping out.
You see them running over, and you see momentary relief drop into pain and sadness. And one of them runs as Zoe keeps moving, so they move back as they begin to pull the bodies free. And when you come around, you see him speaking to the young man, who looks over and with a very sad expression just shakes his head.
And I think Marcus is crying a little bit here. And he's, I really tried to save them. I'm sorry. If there's anything I could do, just let me know.
You all kept those of us who are alive. Thank you. That is worthy of praise of itself. But we must honor them. They will be forgotten now. unless we make sure that they are not. Thank you. And they, you see that they basically set them down, and one of them, like, kneels down and is sitting with a hand on each of them, while the other one is going to seemingly prepare something.
Yeah, so what were their names?
This one was Leopold. This one was Geltis.
Yeah, all right then. Well, I won't forget them, if it's any consolation.
Thank you. But you did not know them. Geltis taught me how to fish. You wouldn't know it looking at him, but he's 20 years older than me.
He really kept his figure, didn't he?
I suppose he did. Remember that then, that Geltis kept in good shape. And you notice that the rest of the folk have sort of come around and have started to sort of give respect, and if you stay long enough, you'll see that white sheets are brought, and a lot of these flowers are taken and placed among them, and then they are being carried away to a northern point in the town that you all haven't visited yet.
Yeah, I'll follow along, and I will just like druid craft some seeds to like bloom around the like whatever they do for their burial rituals.
Yeah.
I don't know if they bury or what.
Eventually, you come to a small like plot. It seems like a cemetery of sorts. There are like marked graves, but it doesn't seem like they're going to bury them. It seems like the idea for now is to leave their bodies in place. It seems like walking, you can hear one of the physically older looking ones basically saying like, it's fixable. It will be. Caladris will be able to do something. He must be. He could put a wayward soul into their body. It's possible. It must be. And the rest of them seem to be not saying no at the moment, because even for those of them who probably know that it might be past that point, they are not willing to really process something that has happened that they were hoping did not happen, hoping never came.
Yeah, and I won't I'll let them have that conversation. I won't interject.
Yeah. Okay, so Althea, you enter the mine.
I'm going to cast invisibility on myself first.
Okay.
Which is my last second level spell. But I don't want to be, it's not smart of me to be in here alone. I'm going to just do a quick sweep. Walk around, seeing if A, anything's been disturbed, and B, if anybody's here.
Okay. Yeah, when you go back to this section, you can see that there is a woman, physically like 30, just sort of sitting.
Does she look like...
She's not dressed for battle. She has
But does she look...
She has a pitchfork, but she is not.
Does she look like the Rimmies?
She's a human. She's dressed not like she's gonna be fighting. She looks up and seems to focus on your ears. Stay back. Don't you fucking don't touch them. And she says in Elvish.
Wait, can she see me?
Oh yeah, she can't. Sorry, forgot you were invisible. She is sitting next to one of the pods.
I've. And she's not saying anything. Is she like crying?
No, she seems to just be waiting and watching this opening.
Don't be alarmed. I'm here with the Lion's Hope. I'm here with the Lion's Hope, and I'm saying this like in a hushed whisper. I'm just making sure that there's no one left. Did anyone come in the mines? Have you seen anyone?
No.
It's safe out there again.
Don't touch them.
Don't. It's not my intention to. I'm just making sure everything's okay in here. I think that after what's under the ground. You haven't heard anyone come in. We stopped some people who were outside.
I have not heard
the invasion.
Anyone approaching.
Okay. Things are safe.
I'm not leaving him. Until I know. Until the Primar comes and tells me that the barrier is back.
Who are you not leaving?
My husband.
I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm sorry there are. Luckily, there were not a lot of deaths, because I know that death means an utter end for you in this bubble. But I'm sorry there were 3 that were killed, but we stopped the invasion.
She looks down at the floating coffin of stone next to her. She just closes her eyes and breathes for a minute. And then she... Bronx, please. She just kind of gathers herself and says, "Then there will be a lot of work to do."
Again, I'm very sorry for your loss. So far, the cave is clear from what I've seen, but I still have one last alcove to check. I'll shout when I'm done that everything is safe.
I am not leaving until the Primar says that the barrier is up to protect him.
Oh, no, I understand. I just want to make sure that you know that this cave is safe, so you can not breathe a total sigh of relief, but maybe a half one until the Primar comes. Can I see the name that's on the coffin that she's protecting?
Yeah, it says Julius.
I'm sorry, what?
Julius.
Oh wait, Colette. Okay, never mind. Okay. I was thinking Caladrius' name was Julius, and I was like, wait, what? Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna check I assume I went here, and then I still have to check over here. It doesn't look like anyone's gone down these holes.
No.
Okay. Alright, yeah. And then I leave. I head back.
Okay.
But before I leave, I shout back and I say, okay.
Yep, you do not hear anything. Okay.
Did she seem like she was telling the truth?
You didn't insight check her after anything that she said.
Yeah.
Back to the Primar's office. Akka, Marahim, you are there, and she seems utterly perplexed at what to do. People are clearly going to be looking to her for leadership, and that's a very difficult thing right now. Through grief. Okay.
Am I back?
Marahim and Akka, you're not back yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your losses. I'll get out of your hair so that you can process and stuff. And I just kind of like give like a sorry wave bow thing as I back out the door.
Thank you.
I just have one question before we go.
Yes.
The Remy. Why would they be after the mine besides their ancestral heritage?
I do not know. They were never sedentary, but this forest was where they would have their meeting of different tribal chieftains on who would become king. Perhaps it was as simple as the coronation of their new queen. That could be it.
Well, perhaps.
Perhaps, yes.
The prisoner is being kept in here?
No, he is in a building outside. It will be guarded.
Okay. Yes, let's make sure that that's well guarded, and I will interrogate him later. I'll leave you to it.
Very well. Okay, at this point, Althea, you could be considered around here.
I'm still invisible, right? Because it lasts an hour.
Sure.
But you're carrying an unconscious man behind you.
Oh, I forgot I was carrying that body.
That must have been extra weird for that lady in the mine.
Oh, I would have left him outside. I wouldn't have
And
taken
would
him
you
in.
have left them, like we made it all the way to here, would you have left them there?
Oh, when I was saying let's check it, I meant like I would
Oh,
have
we were,
stopped
like,
it right as
outside.
we were leaving.
I could
Yeah.
say a hippo can carry 3 people.
Yeah,
You
I
could.
agree.
Hippo,
That's
hippo,
reasonable.
hippo brought
Yeah.
the unconscious
Well,
Remy, and the unconscious
the
Remy
hippo-
is tied up right here.
Right.
The hippo was carrying 3 people. I gave the dead Remy to the hippo.
Hippo can carry 4 people.
Okay.
For now. When you all want to use it for something, no. But
I kind of want to listen in.
okay.
To just for a second to see if there's anything being said, because I can't imagine that this Chiato guy is working alone, and I feel like there's someone high up that has to know. Alfie is trained in subterfuge.
Yeah.
She knows how.
What you can hear is essentially, it sounds like she's talking to the other person who is in there, one of her guard, but mainly talking to think through some stuff. Our first concern will be the funerals, and then when Cladrius returns, he will first check on his mother and father, and then he will mourn with us, and we cannot let this slow him down. Even as far away as it is, he must return to it. He is only There are still 3 stages that must be completed. And then we will truly be alive again. Would you like tea? I'm thirsty. Yes, I could drink tea. Oh, good. Make some, please. It seems like then the conversation has petered out.
Okay, I'm going to walk in, still invisible.
Okay, the door opens.
Did they have any reaction to the invisible, like to the door just opening?
Yeah, she looks up at it, and you see her touch something beneath the table.
You have a woman still in the mines.
Who? What?
Um,
What's going on?
She's talking. She said she's not going to leave until the Primar tells her that the barrier's back up.
Drop your spell.
Spell? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. And I dropped my invisibility. Sorry. I was checking the mines alone, and I thought it'd be safer if I were not seen. Just in case there were people in there, you know, best to lay low for a second. Sorry, didn't mean to.
I am understandably on edge, I believe.
Very understandably. Yeah, the woman up there with her husband, Julius, said she wouldn't leave him.
That would be Vixinia. Thank you for telling me. I will go and speak to her once Caladrius returns.
Vixinia, that's quite an unusual name. Does she have an unusual last name to go along with it?
Why?
Oh, just, you know, some names, like some people have like really crazy first names and then have like just really bland last names. Some people have like really crazy first names and really crazy last names. Just sometimes it's cool whenever there's like 2 crazy names.
It's Lipsinia de Genius. Thank you for telling me.
It's quite a cool name. All right. Well, just came to update you on that. Yeah. Also, I'm really sorry about your losses. But, you know, got quite a few of them out before, you know, got a little retribution. Anyway, do you know where my people went?
No.
Did they come by here?
They did,
Just
but they left.
ah.
I would suggest you do the same.
All right. She mumbles under her breath as she's walking out. It felt a little bit nicer. It's nice.
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, it was such
What was that?
unfortunate circumstances.
She says, what was that? When you mumble under your breath.
Just, you know, I'm really sorry about all your losses here. I know about loss myself. My father died in combat, so I know the pain of losing someone, not as you do, because for me there's hope of another life, and I'm really sorry that things are different for you here.
Indeed. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Okay, and you all are able to find each other, Marcus, after the, they seem to have been, like, going to get the nicest clothes that the people who died have. That sort of thing. The rest of you are able to convene somewhere in the village. Your choice, if you want to be by the smithy or by these flowers that Akka's in. But I'm not going to tell you where you are.
I'm down to join Akka by the flowers.
Yeah, I think you might need to find Akka because he's processing some things. When you come up, you see that he's like laying on his back and he's like looking up in the sky at the clouds, and he has a really like frustrated like frown on his face. But at the same time, he's also like his bare feet will like between two toes, he'll like pick a flower and then bend his leg up so that he can take the flower with his hand and he'll look at it some.
I think Marahim's gonna walk over and sit down next to Akka and take off his boots and join him in laying down and processing things.
Okay.
Althea is just pointing, like turning and pointing in every direction, casting message to Akka, Marahim, or Marcus until it hits somebody.
Okay.
And then she's going to go in that direction.
Yeah, it hits Akka and Marahim.
And Marcus is... Oh, you can go ahead and do your message, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just like, where are you guys? We're looking for you. Over. Just repeatedly doing that in a circle.
Hitting random people along the way.
Well, I'm specifically looking for you guys,
target.
so hopefully it's like I'm hoping that it works, that it's not just like it hits the first person in between you, it's like whoever you're trying to get to if they're in that direction.
Yeah, it has to hit a target. So you managed
But all
to
the people
find
around
them.
me probably think I'm crazy.
You managed to find them.
I'll go over and join them.
And what's Marcus doing?
Marcus is once any sort of like ceremony is done, if it does happen, I don't know if there isn't a ceremony for those people or not, but once it seems like people are dispersing from where they laid them, at least he'll go back to the like town area and start helping clear away the buildings that were set on fire and that kind of stuff. And he's also going to call all of his spirit bonds to come and help. And when he calls them, he'll cast Speak with Animals again, and he'll be like, "Yeah, all right, blokes. It's been a rough day, and I just wanted to say hi, Kathy. It's been a while since I've seen you, and I just wanted to let you know that I like that you have a soul, and that even if you die, that your soul will still be out there, and will come back to the all. Alan, Annie, you too. Good to see y'all. I'm sorry Pamela couldn't be here, but she needs water, and this is not a water place, but, I'm sure that she would appreciate the sentiment if any of you run into her. Just give her my best, I would say. And, yeah, I think these people could really use our help, so, all right, there'll be drinks on my tab after we're done. All right, I just want to say I love y'all. All right, let's go.
All right, I love you too. Oh, I love you too, Marcus. Yeah, you Ripper, I love you too.
And then there's just a giant spider, a giant rooster, and a water buffalo that are following me around.
The water buffalo is the deep one.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, so I'm going to actually stop the recording, and then we can cut it together with the next one that we're about to do. Just, I want to make sure that...
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to know about the Remy cause, you could go and try to talk to him through the bars, but...
Not like, it's not dire. It's more of a...
Sure. Okay, hey, we're back. Dungeons & Dragons.
We should move. We should discuss some things with the Primar, and then we should get back.
I don't see the point in bothering them. This is kind of ridiculous. The stuff that we learned really isn't all that important. So
Yeah.
we just came here for senseless slaughter.
Yeah, I was just, and then she doesn't seem too keen on talking at the moment.
That is what you all think is best.
I mean, you do what you think you have to, Mark. Sorry, Marahim. But I think I'm going to go for a walk.
Let me just check my spells, you guys.
I'm letting my dog outside.
Is there, while Ben's off the mic, is there anything that you guys want us to think that we should be learning about the Primarch from the Primarch right now?
I don't think so. Not personally. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, not for my character. I don't.
I might. Oh no! But like something that you want to know, because Marahim is the answers guy. He's the questions guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, anything that's not given, Ben will eventually give us like a 16-page document that we can read about it.
Yeah, I might. I think my only question is like, how does she get in contact with Caladrius? But that's something we can all figure out. I'll just make that a quick question. Ask.
Very well. Well, we have a quick moment.
Yes.
I feel like I should say that I'm sorry. However, I also know that I shouldn't lie to you. Of all the actions I've made today, I don't feel bad about a single one. I know you don't agree with that. But you say you wanted to avoid a genocide. But what were these people here to do? I'm not saying that them killing an entire people makes it right for us to kill an entire people, but I wasn't saying to kill all of them. I was saying to kill the ones who weren't willing to give up, and he was not. Whether he was trapped or not, he wasn't. And I also wasn't even saying that we should kill him while he was trapped. In my opinion, I think death is too easy a way out for these people. I think they should suffer with their sadness and fester in their want for more. But in that instant, when he was coming at you, he was not going to knock you out. He would not have knocked any of us out. He would have gone for the throat, and that was the end. I'm not going to watch another person I love die. I'm not going to see another member of my family gone from me. So I know you think that I should be sorry. And I wish that I could do that for you, but I'm not. And I can't.
And Marahim remembers the dream that he had from the morning, from the night before. This moment of him giving a withering stare to the girl that's practically his daughter. And I'm going to use my 19 portent roll to make an intimidation check, I guess. It would be a charisma check of some sort to just have the most withering, disappointed stare. So that would bring it I think all of my charisma stuff is a +2, so that would bring it to a 21 disappointment check. As he just says to her, "We are not murderers." Your father would not be proud of you today.
My
And
father knows what I've been trained to do.
he leaves.
Can I like grab his hand before he walks off?
Make sure you go for the right one, or it's not going to work.
I was gonna say,
Althea, make a athletics check against either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
Ooh, I'm gonna make an acrobatics check.
No, you have to make an athletics check. You're grabbing him.
Oh. Okay. It has to be athletics.
It has to be athletics, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, unless Merahim wants to be grabbed, but I
No.
don't think he does because he wants to leave.
I think with that athletics check, you go for the wrong hand.
Yeah.
You go to grab his mage hand, and it just disappears.
Then I shout to his back. You know what I was trained to do. My mother and my father knew what I was trained to do. They're the ones who put me in this line. So don't ever say he would be disappointed with where I
You do
am
not
today.
have any choice. Is that your claim? That you get to murder whoever you want, that makes it right? You are not a tool. You are a human, an elf. You have autonomy. What they did, what the Remy did, was wrong. But for you to sit here and try to justify murdering a man who was penned in a cage.
He wasn't pinned in a cage when I murdered him.
No.
He was swinging a
wasn't.
sword
But I didn't
at
hear
you.
you taking my side when Marcus opened that gate. I didn't hear you claiming that you didn't want to kill him when we had the choice not to. This isn't about what happened after he was freed. I would have done the same. It's about the moments where we show who we are. You need to grow up, Althea.
Do you need to get real? I walk off.
We get some lightning sounds for the double storm offs.
You don't walk off, I
Yeah.
walk off.
Althea casts Thunderclap as she walks away.
Mary casts counterspell.
Too far away.
Way to waste your spell on a cantrip, Uncle Mare. Who needs
Stop
to
right
grow
now.
up
All right,
now?
I don't think that either of those things actually happen. Okay, so the world is your all's.
Sometime that night I would want to find Luigia.
Okay, yeah, you would be able to do that.
And I think that the soulbound animals are still just like hanging out now. They're not like, I don't know, they don't like follow my heels. You know, they can go wherever they want. But anyways,
Sure.
I'm just saying that they're still around.
Alan's with you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hi there. Just wanted to check in, see if there was anything I could do. I know it's been a tough day, but got some big, strong blokes out there willing to help.
No, thank you. You have done a lot.
Yeah, I was just wondering about Caladrius, and does he have a plan for you all to get your souls back? I'm sorry if that's a little blunt, but I'm just a bit worried about the whole soul situation here.
There is a plan in place. He will be able to reforge them with what is left of who we are, our personality, our memories. When the ritual to change from this world to the next empowers his already impressive magic of the soul.
You all right?
That is how it was explained to me.
And,
First by his father and later by him.
and what's going to happen with, everybody else's souls then when the new world comes?
Those that are living will be made the same. Those who have died will be pulled into an afterlife created for the next world.
Okay, yeah. If I wanted to talk to Caladrius in Lenmore, is there a way that I could get in contact with him?
If he wanted you to, yes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just having trouble seeing you from this side of the desk. You mind if I go around to the side? Yeah?
All right.
All right, well, yeah, just, next time he swings by, give him my name. I'm Marcus. He'll know me from before. And I just, I'd like to speak with him.
All right. I will pass that on. Marcus. Thank you
Yeah,
for your
great.
concern. It is
Yeah, just want to help.
meaningful. Your younger friend was here speaking of revenge. That Remy boy in there, his life is... It is more in his hands than any of us here, but it is no less meaningful. You understand?
Yeah, I got a little hot-headed earlier too. Just really made me upset. I'm sure that they knew what they were doing here, but anyways, I guess that's behind us now. And like I said, I'd like to help with the whole soul situation. So, and the other things. I know that the bar kind of burnt down. That's kind of number one priority. Could get that in order for the night, and then, next step.
Yes, we've got it guarded.
I'm sorry, this is Alan, by the way. He's my friend. Yeah. Alan, this is Luigia from before.
All right. She tells you that the barrier is well guarded.
Okay. Yeah, great. All right. Well, I'll be around, but I'm sure that we're going to head out here pretty soon. So, yeah, just like I said, next time you talk to Caladrius, just tell him Marcus would like to speak to him. And I think he'll know who I am. So, all right then. Well, good on you. I'm going to go get drunk, I think. So.
Very well. And you
Sorry.
you go get drunk.
Marcus, actually, as you leave that building, you see that the little black songbird that Akka usually has flaps up and it just lands right on your head.
Oh,
And
hey,
it kind of lays its body down and spreads its wing out to kind of wrap around your head a little bit. And then it hops down on the ground and it puts up one wing and kind of flaps it like it's weaving. And then it flies off.
We head east to look for the hill.
Oh, great. You all travel for most of a day when you leave Lypris behind you. And eventually you come to the prairie, but the hills are more rolling and they seem to be filled with sort of wild wheat. And you begin to see that there are a few of these hills that are getting taller and taller. One of them, you see there is this sort of low structure. It is definitely the biggest of any of the hills that you can see. That seems like it would probably be a good starting point, if not the actual, resting place of this giant. And so you all perhaps head up there.
Why is Jim Florentine here?
That means nothing to me.
It does
I know,
look
Eric.
like him.
I drew this one.
It's good. It looks exactly like Jim Florentine.
I don't know who Jim Florentine is. But you do approach and you see there is a man. He is singing a song. He's dressed pretty well for what he's doing. Like he's wearing robes from like Dasuro, the extremely moneyed place to the west, and he is currently digging what look like graves. He's got a few that you see have been recently covered, and a few that are open. And you notice as you approach that there are some flowers planted, seemingly freshly planted. You see that leaning up against this rock, he has gardener's tools and some seeds. And then you see that buzzing around his head and those flowers that he planted are really, really big dragonflies.
Have we had a long rest?
You almost would have had to. Back to full, everybody.
Cool.
Ooh, love that.
Nice.
Is that your portent?
Yep.
Nice.
All right, I'm letting my dogs in. You all can plan.
I can run to the bathroom real quick. Sorry, guys.
Well,
Did he say that he was
what do
leaving?
you?
What's that?
Did Ben say he was leaving for his dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, let my dogs in. I'm back.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna have to go and I'm gonna have to go and let the other one in. But
Should we just take like a quick 3-minute break or something? Ian's in the bathroom.
oh, okay, sure.
Althea was pointedly walking with Marcus.
Yeah, team murder versus team not murder.
I mean, Althea wasn't planning on killing anybody.
What?
I don't think Marcus views it as murder personally.
I just said Althea was definitely like walking next to Marcus and not next to Marahim like she usually does.
Yeah, no, I think that Marahim isn't. Yeah, he wouldn't be walking with her either. There's definitely some like. I mean, to a certain extent, I think Marahim's like worried about her mental health. She delights in killing things a little too much, in his opinion.
She didn't delight in it. She did it out of necessity.
She frequently delights in killing.
Only bad people.
Okay, I'm back. Is everybody back?
Yeah.
I think we have everyone.
She's Dexter.
Just make sure that everything is tip-top shape. Nathaniel, once you're back, this part is going to be...
Do we recognize the song?
As long as you all want it to be. You do not necessarily recognize the song. It's a old song from a place that none of you were from. So it would take a roll to recognize it. And then you would have to have a reason for recognizing it.
Does it sound like it goes to the tune that Desdemona was playing on her violin?
It could probably be sung at a different pace and sound
Hello?
pretty okay with the violin.
Do what? Sorry, it cut out for me.
If it was sung at a different pace, it could probably fit with the tune that she was playing. Not like an exact match, but not unusable completely.
And we're kind of going here
once-
for Althea, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it makes sense for Althea to lead
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Luke
Once
talking.
Nathaniel
Oh,
is back. Once Nathaniel is back.
once Nathaniel is back.
And this is gonna go as quickly as you all make it go.
Yeah, sorry.
Could
I know that I kind of...
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not just you. Oh, I was up there too.
It's
Yeah.
it's Dungeons and Dragons.
We had personal drama for the first time, maybe ever, in this group, and
hey, maybe ever on the stream.
I really liked it.
I did too.
Yeah, just to be clear, I don't have any beef with anybody.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. No, I think that Marahim understands 100% where Marcus is coming from. He doesn't really care about why Marcus is doing it. He's more worried that
Yeah.
Althea is like a psychopath.
Tell your boyfriend if he says he's got beef that I'm a vegetarian and I'm not fucking scared. What? Did you just boo me? Marahim dies. You and I are so close in age that joke should have worked on you. All right. You all are walking. You see this gentleman. He is dressed well. He's digging graves, seemingly putting flowers around them. And you can see that he's well dressed. He seems like he's from Dasaro, and he is singing a little tune. It is recognizably in Halfling. So Marcus, you would actually be able to understand it, and anybody else who speaks Halfling. He is essentially singing like Alouette, gentille Alouette. It's like that.
Perhaps we should use this as an opportunity to take a rest and talk to this guy.
Yes, I agree.
You all took a long rest, but yeah, if you want to take like an actual walk-in rest.
I didn't mean like mechanical rest. I meant like we're hoofing it across the plains. Let's take a break from walking.
Sure.
Oh.
He sort of notices you all, but he keeps walking, or he keeps working, digging.
Marahim notices that there are 4 graves in the pattern that they're standing.
Hey there, friend.
Hello. Oh, bonjour. May I help you?
What are you working on there?
Oh, really? Grave plots. He sort of like sticks the shovel into the ground and positions both of his hands on top of the handle.
Oh, that's a shame, I guess. Did something bad happen?
But there is always something bad happening, no?
No.
War here or there. The homeland of... And he pats his hand on his chest. Myself, we have been fighting the Hallandorians here. And, well, a few folk who I knew were from this place. And he points down. This prairie. I promised to give them proper burial, and they told me that they had come to this place as children. And so here I am.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Here, let me give you a hand.
Do we see the bodies that he's talking about anywhere?
Now that you've come up here, you can see that there are bodies just off screen.
Okay.
Mm.
They are wrapped in white cloth.
I'm gonna offer for him to hand me the shovel. Like, hold out my hand.
I appreciate your offer, my friend, but no, this is something that I told them that I would do.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, it was just...
No, I appreciate it, and I will be honest, this is not work that I'm built for, but it was a promise that I made, and I like to keep my promises.
I also made a promise to a friend to...
Sorry?
I also made a promise to a friend to bury someone here.
Oh, well, if you would like, I could lend you my shovel once I'm done. But I would warn you that It might look like, and he points in through this crumbled wall. You see, this is like an ancient stone wall. Like moss and roots have sort of grown through the walls that are still standing, and there is like no roof. It might seem like this is a good place to rest, but I would not enter.
What?
Strange things happen when you enter. That is what my friends told me. They were
Seems like strange things happen anywhere we're at.
we.
Here, you may need to dig those holes yourself, but here, at least you can refresh yourself. And I hand him my water skin.
Oh, merci. He takes it, starts drinking. He just like guzzles a good little chunk and hands it back to you. Merci, mon ami. Who do I have to thank?
Oh, my name is Akka. And I
Oh, thank you.
reach out to shake his hand if he wants.
Yeah, he reaches out and shakes your hand. Merci, Aka.
So we're just
But,
passing through looking for some kind of a hill.
Yeah, and you notice the crest of this hill is in the center of this structure.
It looks like that one.
Oui,
Is that the only one around here?
it's the only one this big. Why are you looking for it?
Are you familiar with the story of a giant who supposedly terrorized a nearby village and was slain by heroes?
Oh, oui. There was two giants, I believe. That is a story that they tell in Dosero about our friends in the Amoncia province who's there's a friendly giant who was killed by the evil Hallandorians when they rode north looking for glory. And they killed a friendly giant of the clouds and proclaimed that they had killed an evil storm giant and also killed the storm giant because well, what do men seeking glory do but find people to kill, eh?
It's funny you say that. You're the first person that I've heard who has even mentioned the second giant. Everyone else seems to forget that the person that they killed first was not the person who was responsible for all the misdeeds and the misfortunes.
Oui, well, if you travel outside of Hallandor, you find that anything that makes folk in Hallandor look bad is much better remembered.
Mm.
Can't help
Right.
it.
I think people from Hallandor tend to make themselves look like assholes pretty regularly. And I look back at the
Ah,
group.
oui, oui. Oui. Well, if you are here, perhaps you would like to something to eat. And you notice one of the dragonflies sort of flies up to his head. Most of them seem to be like red and green, and there are like 10 around him. And then one of them is like blue, and the blue one is the one that's flying up to him. Hey Marcus, when you step through the walls, Marcus disappears.
Yeah, I just walk past. Like I just walk into it.
Arcana check, please.
Did I notice him go in?
Shit. Yeah, you all notice him sort of just walk through. I think none of you were paying attention to
Yeah, exactly.
Marcus, so you don't see it until he walks through, but then like you turn and you just see phew, him disappear. Arcana check 13. Weird.
I just run in after him.
I think Marcus
Okay.
has turned himself into a spider.
Althea disappears.
I shout,
Wait, what?
"Marcus," and run.
What is this?
I do not know. I told you that friends of mine said that it was a strange place. I do not know. I'm not from here.
I pulled Toot Toot out of my pauldron that hangs off my waist, and I say, all right, little buddy, just stay away from this thing. Maybe just fly around here and keep an eye out. Don't eat those dragonflies, okay? And I just kind of toss them up in the air, and I'm going to move up to this, and right before I go through, I'm like, Marcus, this is the last time I'm pulling you out of something like this. And I'm going to lunge forward into it.
Right.
Okay, you lunge forward. You disappear.
Right before Merahim goes through, he just has Fred come and come down from the sky, his familiar, and they're gonna investigate the bodies to see if they look like they're real bodies. If that's cool.
What are you doing? That is very rude.
My friends just disappeared. Allow me to just make sure that you're not some fey. Well, that's not a thing in this world. Some spirit of.
It is explicitly a thing in the world.
Wait, it is?
The Fae are explicitly a thing.
Oh.
They just work different from normal Dungeons and
Right.
Dragons.
22 investigation. Are those real?
Okay, yeah. No, those are illusions.
Oh,
What are you not telling us?
Oh, your friends are under my control at the moment.
great.
If you would like to get them out, I suggest going in there.
Yes, I suppose that we should. In the meantime, why don't you join me? And I'm going to cast Wall of Stone on him, which I believe pushes him.
Yeah, you cast Wall of Stone,
Sure.
and he appears in front of it.
Oh, okay.
I would humbly suggest you step inside.
Fine. Cool. I'll waste that spell slot.
Alright, Merahim goes in, and you all appear in a strange room. You are looking down at what looks like Walharn, the continent that you are on a globe. It is surrounded by different crystals, and you can see there are different doors arranged at different positions in the room. And as you all turn to start to speak with each other, you realize that no one else is able to hear you. And when you reach out to touch one of your companions, they don't respond to your touch. And that calls it for the group part of tonight's session. We'll be splitting up everybody into one-on-one D&D sessions, everybody.
All right.
Some staircases appear in front of all of you, MC Escher style, but guess what? All of MC Escher's paintings are copywritten. It sucks. Alright, so that'll do it for this part of the recording. Connor, I'm sorry that we went long, but also, it went long. Alright,